Good morning, good morning. How's it going? Still got my cold. Sorry for clearing my throat. Good morning, Michal. Alright, things are working. It was acting up weirdly. Alright, but it seems to be working now. Topics. Good morning, Lurip, Jordy, dear Bard, you're back. Right, throw me some topics. It's a bit late start today, I think, but Jordy, this definitely, it was minus 3 degrees Celsius this morning, so it's cold. Eyeless, Orcish Berserk, Puppet Warrior, Pyramid Head, Biokinetic Space Armor, Malevolent She-Devil. Alright, here we go. Oh, number 6. Malevolent She-Devil by Jordy Bruiloft. Alright, let's try to get that in writing. Malevolent She... Guess that should be like that. She-Devil by Jordy Bruiloft. Alright, congratulations, Jordy. You got yourself some topic. Well, I go by the nickname, and your nickname is that, so that's what's gonna happen. Next time, have another nickname. Alright. Let's do it. Well, not my problem. Alright. Malevolent She-Devil. Malevolent is like evil-minded, right? I can't be like on regards of name. I can't be like asking what's your actual name. You know, it's gonna take too long. So I just go by the nickname, and not to be like rude or anything, but you know, it has to be somewhat streamlined. Right. So very. All right. Malevolent. Right. It's like. Oh right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now I remember. It's um, the Disney movie with Julie, whatever her name is, I don't remember. Julie something called Malevolent, and she's a vindictive forest nymph or whatever. It's all good. Enjoy it. So I'm having my cold still. Not a very pleasant cold. I've been battling it with tea, whatever. It's transitioning into a cough, a lot less in the nose, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, Angelina Jolie, that's her name. Uh, that's interesting, Lurib. You shouldn't be using like devices anyways before bed. I mean, it says me who just goes from office to bed. Uh, but then again, I don't have any issues sleeping. I just go to bed and switch off like a light. Bloop. Then wake up in the morning. I'm just gonna warp that face. Just destroy it. Completely wrecked. But it's okay. I'm gonna mess around with her proportions a bit, I think. Yeah, winter is definitely here. I photographed my son. We went to this. We went go. I always take my son to school, and we missed to notice that there was like the puddles had frozen over, and I photographed him to show him after school, and he was like, "Yep, summer's over." But it is super cold now. You have to have like at least 3 layers. It's not super cold. I mean, it's just 3 degrees minus Celsius, but it's pretty cold regardless. Hey, good morning, Svensonar. I didn't see you there. Um, how excited are you guys for them announcing Red Dead Redemption 2? Has anyone played Red Dead Redemption 1? I absolutely love that game. It's gonna be so cool to play the sequel on a PlayStation 4. It's gonna be good. ICD. Um, According to Creative Assembly, and if this style not fitting, I don't understand. It's a bit confusing. what you're trying to say. I was doing a lot of pre-production art at Creative Assembly, also marketing art, and also um, illustrations for in-game assets. And what this is a 30-minute warm-up sketch stream. Might most likely not be suitable for any game because it's just a 30-minute sketch stream. But please do feel free to clarify what you're trying to express, um, so I can attempt to answer your reply. Red Dead Redemption was beast. I love that game. I loved also multiplayer. It was really fun to kind of. I wish they could have done it a little bit more Wild West and not so much just kind of total mayhem in multiplayer. Um, but it was but I loved multiplayer. I have a really vivid memory of me being like trying to snipe people, and I'm at like a on a field looking over a crest, and the sun is over the crest, and I see a player coming up on the ridge, like scouting, and I sniped him or her, I don't know, but whatever, sniped the player, and it had ended up being like a grudge fight. We kept like hunting each other for a good hour. One like gave up, ran away, kind of tracked them down, started like shooting again, and there was a shootout like for a good while, and then one player, either me or the other player, ran away. You know, either got fed up or the other one had a better position, like running away, and then hunt hunt again. That was hilarious. So it was a really funny moment. It's a really like vivid memory of that game. The multiplayer aspect of it was really just at first sniping. Like he was sitting on horseback, and I was like lining up the shot, and then seeing him falling off the horse. It was so good, and the shot was really, really far. ICD, of course, these sketches are just me sketching. A lot of these are way more geared towards illustration, but my everyday work is doing concepts for 3D modelers. So I definitely know how to do that, and I know that these are not suitable for that. Most likely, they're very moody and painterly. But if you look at my website, you'll just see only like production art stuff. Uh, but yeah, of course, if I'm gonna do work, uh, and it's gonna be concepts for a game, majority of the work I do is purely production art and not illustrations. Um, so yes, the process is completely different. That's true. Also, Isra, a 3D artist, they might need the like an exact schematic drawing, or they could, get a moody one and still be able to produce work. It's all about the artist and what they're looking for. I mean, a 3D artist um, can be very creative or artistic, or have like issues coming up with ideas, and that's why they need concept art so that they can go like, oh, that's some cool shapes. Doesn't matter if they're perfect, you know, or suggestive. I mean, a modeler could easily take like this sketch I have now and start modeling, you know. Definitely, it doesn't need to be like super precise or anything. It just needs to instigate an idea most of the times. Um, so I don't necessarily think that's the like it has to be perfect for modelers constantly. A concept is just visually communicate an idea. Sorry, nothing else. Be it super precise and or loose or sketchy or suggestive, doesn't matter. But if you're doing production art, that a specific studio needs to be done in a specific way, then yeah. But it's not a set standard for anyone. It's more of what the studio you work for want. So maybe they want orthographics with callouts, and so that they have every texture photographic reference for them, or schematics you have to draw like orthographics or all those things. Or you just do a cool picture and they go, yep, that works perfectly. Our 3D artists will take over from here, you know. And this could easily be used, you know. I mean, obviously it's just so far a 14-minute sketch, but this approach could also be used, definitely. It's just a matter of for who. Thank you, Veronica. You seem new. I haven't said Veronica on this stream. Welcome. Welcome to my 30-minute stream, where I stream only for 30 minutes and then it's finished until tomorrow. The topic is chosen by you guys. I throw a dice and draw whatever comes up. I try not to use reference. I used reference one time for what was it? Was something very extremely specific. Was it an otter? No. Seal? No. Jordan, definitely. Hey, good morning, Captain Jetlag. Jordan, definitely like saying this is concept art when it's a full-blown illustration. That's weird. Also like matte painting, like this is a concept. It could be a concept. It could be an illustration. Uh, it's very like blurred lines a lot of times, depending on purpose. But you have to like start questioning when you put a week into an illustration. It's not a concept anymore. You know, it's a full-blown illustration. Oh yeah, it was Snow White. Thanks, guys. Snow White. Yeah, I had to Google that. I didn't remember the colors of Snow White. Uh, it was Captain Jetlag, right? That made me do Snow White, or was it Svensson? Oh, my memory. I know Svensson wanted, but maybe it was Captain Jetlag. Damn you, Captain Jetlag. My snotty nose, it's still there, still making itself heard. Um, it's transitioning a bit into a cough, which I'm not super keen on. Um, so I'm hoping, hope it will go away, um, or I have to go whiskey route and drink it away. ICD, I used to when I was like 18 um, to 20 something. No, actually 15 to 19, 16 to 19. I used to paint a lot of paintings and sell them. I used to do like 2 meter big paintings in oil, uh, but I kind of stopped doing that after a while. I wasn't so keen on it. I had some exhibitions and things like that, but I don't know. Wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, I think the biggest one I painted was 3 meter tall by 2 meter wide. Um, was a really big one. I drew or I painted what I at that time what I loved painting was women with no hand and feet, like very stylized bodies, and usually they were in some kind of dead landscape, finding the last drop of water or protecting each other or weird topics like that. I was at a very strange time, strange emotional state at that age. I think I have some photos left somewhere, but I don't know. I kind of, I kind of left it. I was done with those emotions, and I don't know. I've done some paintings afterwards, but I don't have time for it mostly. Lately, I've been thinking of taking it up again and like having an exhibition, painting some more personal art. I feel like it's time to dump emotions, um, but I don't know if it's gonna be useful. Hey, Veronica. Yeah, I think it's an interesting uh, creature. This like watching someone stream, right? You get to see someone's creative aspect without putting effort in, at the same time as you can kind of hang out, but you can also be creative at the same time. I think it's like sitting around like in a cafe and sketching with each other, but from across the world, right? I don't know. I dig it. I like the idea of like streaming, twitching. And I'm also super happy that you guys and girls decide to come every morning. You know, it's really cool. And Veronica, you're very welcome to join. I stream every day at the same time. Um, but you mentioned that you finally made it, so I'm assuming the time is not suitable for you, which is a shame. Jordy, I know. It's a good evil looking woman. A woman scorn, whatever, whatever. that saying goes. Again, sorry for clearing my throat a lot. I got a cold. I know myself it's not very pleasant to listen to at times when, you know, someone has a cold and you have to pay attention to the words and they're like sniffing and coughing and puking their lungs out. So my apologies. But I can't not stream, so I'm here with you guys. Svensson, my apologies. Michal, it depends on who's looking. Completely depends who's looking. And for what position you're trying to fill. I mean, that's the cool thing about portfolios, etc., is that you have to kind of figure out where you want to work or with what, right? And cater your portfolio towards that. And if you don't want to do illustrations, you don't have any illustrations in your portfolio, and you won't be considered for illustrations when someone stumbles upon your portfolio. But if you do want to do illustrations, make sure to show it. So it's about just making sure that you cover what you want to cover in your portfolio. If you just want a job, and like the best is to showcase your absolute strengths and not water your portfolio down based on you just think that there's some certain criteria you need in a portfolio in order to get hired. If you have a niche portfolio of just, let's say, monsters, right? Make sure that those monsters are really, really, really cool so that the client can look like, oh, I want him or her to design monsters for me. But if you're a beginner, you're gonna go, like, oh, I just want a job. But it's always better to focus on showing your strengths rather than, oh, I can do everything. You'll be able to do everything potentially depending on how your career goes, right? I have a tendency to have had to be forced to draw all sorts of things. Hence, I'm kind of have a broad spectrum of things that I can draw from in my mind. Plus, I have also spent a lot of time quantifying my design process so I can translate it into, like whatever I need to draw. But that comes with time. At the beginning of my portfolio, I only had characters. I didn't have a single environment. I focused on sketches to show that I am good with ideas, and I also had executed concepts from sketch to finish so that they could see how I translate my ideas into a more finished product. And I knew, like, I want to just come up with cool stuff. So I tried my best at doing illustrations. I always do. But my strength doesn't lie in illustration. My strength lies in ideation. And I wanted to show that in my portfolio, and I did that from the beginning. And I just got contracts for that. Like, oh, we are out of ideas. We need you to come up with new ideas. And for me, it was like, oh, no problem. I'm good at coming up with ideas. Then that's why they contacted me, So that's something to keep in mind. ICD, I haven't worked on Warhammer. I finished before that. It's a bit different, you know. It's the same like you're doing a Napoleonic era Total War. It's like you're restricted with the uniforms. Total War is not, or never been, highly creative IP for that. You know, like oh, that actually, I was working on a fantasy Total War that got cancelled many years ago. Um, but anyways, uh, I did pre-production for it. But you're limited, of course. It's an already existing IP. You're not allowed to change too much. But obviously, they want an updated look. So you just try your best to mimic their art direction. But you can't, you know, reinvent the wheel, so to speak. Same with Shogun 2 or any of the other Total War games. You have to be historically accurate without uh, reinventing anything for Total War. It's a historically accurate game. They scrutinize absolutely everything, and everything needs to be absolutely correct. Um, and you just have to do your best with, like, how can you make it interesting looking? You know, maybe they have battle scars, maybe they have worn uniform, all these kind of small little changes that will enhance the product, but they have to still be historically accurate. Lurib, no, I'm not going to be there, unfortunately. Um, to Swedish Game Conference. I only go if invited, and I haven't been invited. So, time's up. This is what it ended up being. Angry she-devil. Veronica, there's no rules for the chat except we have to be polite and don't post a lot of links. Right. Thanks everyone for coming. Time's up. Stream's ending. Welcome back tomorrow morning at the same time. And looking forward to the next topic. Good night, good morning, good day, wherever you are. Bye, everyone.